Good morning, yours truly, Professor Dr. Dolphy Gilpin, and I'm continuing with my Olympic probe. Well, before reaching France, we are going to have to ask, if we're ever going to reach France, we're going to have to ask the British for safe passage. And so it's very important for me to highlight the British here. The British has always been a source of intellectual inspiration via the Cambridge towards me. Even up until now, every time I see the word Cambridge, wherever I go in the world, at any coordinate, at any point, the first thing that comes is Cambridge University, Cambridge, the British Cambridge. So it has a magnetic property in sound and in sight. That's the first thing that is recorded in my brain, is that. And though there was some negative experience in that, I had peaked in 1973 in mathematics and other languages and other subjects. I was not used, and therefore in 1974 I was to find a second peak. So that was a sort of discrimination that I, up until this point, I still records and remember. But let's highlight the British here and the Cambridge in our effort in this probe, Olympic probe. France. And so here we are, and we're wishing the British athletes the very best in their health and their performance at the Paris Olympic. And so let's put now the coordinate of London East Road, so we are going to be asking permission here to pass through LHR. And we have now 51.4680 degrees north and minus 0.4 rather, or rather 551 degrees west. It's a minus and therefore is west. Also, let's write it in another form here. We have 51.47 and 0.454 295. There are some infinitesimal changes in the numbers and the decimal places and the significant figures there. And if we have a DMS notation now, we have London Heathrow and DMS 51 degrees, 28 minutes, 17 north. Some other notation of it as 51 degrees 28 feet and 17 inches. And we have 0, 27, 10 west. So all these are approximation here. Then we have Cambridge now. And I should have really have a separate focus on Cambridge here due to the magnetic and intrinsic properties of the Cambridge here. I've done a lot of work in Cambridge that still remains up until this day in advanced level, Cambridge and London, in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And they are certain constant, certain scientific knowledge that hasn't changed, some has changed, and there are new additions, but for the most, there's no change. So here of Cambridge now, we have 52. Or rather 50. Let's do a lighted focus on this. Cambridge, this look like 52, 12, 15, north, here I have 52. These are the figures we have here. One in DMS notation here, degrees, minutes, and seconds. And the other this will be lat, this will be long. And this is the UK, London, UK. So I have continuous work with the Cambridge and also with London. And these are two separate universities, but they are both London University. So we did advanced physics. With English. And so, you know, Probe, we're wishing the British all the very best in the Olympics. And as we'll be passing through at a late date, we're wishing for every best outcome. And I have some very separate work to be done at Cambridge and London when that time comes about. So I will address that in a different setting. So once again, I have left out the British in my wishing for the very best of health and performance in the Olympics, and so I've given them a separate focus here, and also making commendation and praisal for their intellectual application and contribution to my education from an early stage of my life up until this point. So in a separate incident, we will do the 5x12 and the sunflower plus indices. So let's try give it some more focus here. And we have London Heathrow. We have request permission to pass through there. And here are the coordinates, DMS notation, as well as order. That's for the airport itself, and this is for Cambridge universities, where we hope to do some continuous work there with Cambridge. And these are the coordinates, and we're briefly mentioned we're the MZ 5x12, 27x12, and plus the 37x7 higher order matrix that we will address in London, Cambridge, when that time comes about. So we'll have, look at some higher order matrix, some higher order application in education, engineering, music, maths, and medicine. You have Cambridge universities, and that's UK based, and also London University, which is UK based. And I doubt I'll be able to travel to all these spots, but we'll do the very best when that time comes about.